play. I wanna sing my song. I just wanna run and not be gone too long, 'cause this time is precious still. I wanna keep it close to me. I'm wishing on a star to make more time to see. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. You can always dream. No one's taken that from you. Only you can see it through, just like the way you do. So feed it from your soul and weigh it from both sides. The fulcrum and the tides will give direction that you'll know. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now, and then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. When you make the time, it's a game of give and take. When the balance is at stake, you need to take a look inside. Look deep into your heart and remember how it feels. It's where the answer lies and tells you what is real. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold, 'cause time won't wait for you. You can always see
welcome to the Celebration Center. My name is Stephanie Snow. I'm on the board here at the Celebration Center, and today I am your host. If you're online, please say hi in the chat so we can appreciate your virtual presence. If you're in the room, please silence your cell phones, but leave them on if you want to join the online chat. If you're here for the first time, we would love to get to know you. And if you're in person, we would like for you to tell us how you found us, so please do. We invite you to fill out a guest card. It's on the table over here so that you can get our great newsletter and so that we can contact you. If you're online, you can scan the QR code. And please let us know in the chat who you are and where you are from. We have a wonderful service planned for you. Join me in thanking our awesome tech crew, Ivor and Aiden, who make all this possible. Lynn Iannazo is a practitioner on platform today. Reverend Marie Kirkland is our guest speaker talking about living a life that matters. We appreciate that she has stepped in for Faith Woods, who is unable to be with us today as was originally scheduled. And our music is by Lynn Hollyfield and All Angles. Announcements. After the service, we're celebrating August birthdays with cupcakes made with love by Nancy Newman. And those will sweeten up our monthly board meeting at 12:15. Next Sunday, we have Cogno Movement at 12:30, which is a process to change your mind. For next week's service, join practitioner Jen Fay for an inner journey to explore the vastness of a peace that is always right where we are. Now let's welcome All Angles for our opening song.
Thank you, Stephanie. We're going to share a song, and I believe the lyrics may be up on the screen. This is a song by Angela Blue Skies called Make the Space. So. Within me to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. On and on more time. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. Good morning, everyone. My name is Lynn. I became a practitioner in 2005 along with Jen Fay at Celebration Center. So it is my honor to be with you this morning. I think we do our vision statement. We are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. Okay, my reading this morning comes from Louise Hay. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete, and yet life is ever changing. There is no beginning and no end, only a constant cycling and recycling of substance and experience. Life is never stuck or static or stale, for each moment is ever new and fresh. I am one with the very power that created me, and this power has given me the power to create my own circumstances. I rejoice in the knowledge that I have the power of my own mind to use it any way I choose. Every moment of life is a new beginning point as we move from the old. This moment is a new point of beginning for me right here and right now. All is well in my world. Okay. Let us relax into our chairs, knowing that all is well right here, right now. We relax, we put our feet on the floor, we close our eyes, and we take a deep breath and release, letting it all out. And again, we breathe in that breath of life, and we exhale. And one more time, we breathe in and release everything that went before as we breathe out. And I know that this time is blessed. That divine spirit is everywhere, beyond the farthest reaches of space, where the James Webb Telescope sends us glorious pictures of beyond. All came from the one mind, the mind of God, the mind of spirit, and everything on this planet, the oceans, the mountains, the four-leggeds and the two-leggeds and the winged ones are all creations of this magnificent one mind, as are we. We are unique expressions in form.
each expressing the divine in our own special, unique, original way. Every thought, every action is the expression of God working through us as us, each and every person. And I know that Spirit expresses in wondrous, magnificent, original ways each and every day, each and every moment, each and every breath. And I am blessing each and every person, knowing whatever their concerns, intentions are in their life, be it a health issue or whatever may be coming up, is already heard in the mind of God. And that everything that is needed shows up in perfect order as we release the concern and open to the healing, open to the wondrous blessings of the divine. And I am so grateful for this knowing. I am so grateful for this service, knowing that everything flows perfectly in this service, in this day, in this lifetime. And we release this prayer knowing it is already so. And together we seal it by saying, and so it is.
Okay, we're going to share a beautiful song that was written by Greg Greenway, and it's called What Must Be Done. Well, I learned as a child there are two ways to see the world as it is and the way it should be. Now some people say that's just not my problem. Some people do what must be done. Now they see a hole in the fabric that must be sewn. They see a way blockaded and they roll back the stone. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done. Yes, some people do what must be done. They do what must be done. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done. Now I've seen a toll taken, the tears that were shed. I've seen a journey started and the ripples spread. Some people say that's just not my problem. Some people do what must be done. They see the hole in the fabric that must be sewn. They see the way blockaded and roll back the stone. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done. Yeah, some people do what must be done. Yeah, they do what must be done. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done. Yeah, some people do what must be done. Yeah, they do what must be done. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done. They see the day beyond the horizon and they do what must be done.
Now we'd like to welcome Reverend Marie Kirkland. She is an ordained minister with the Centers for Spiritual Living and the founder and spiritual director of the Living Aligned Focus Ministry. Her ministry is centered around the harmonious fusion of practical spirituality and intentional living. Through sacred circles, she empowers individuals and spiritual communities to align with their highest vision and purpose as they share their meaningful work in the world. Reverend Marie is the author of Intentional Life Matters, The Art of Spiritual Renewal and Slower Living, coming in spring of 2025.
Good morning. Good morning, Celebration CSL. It is so good to be with you today, to be here in community and share my voice on this month's theme, the unstatus quo. Now, it's been quite some time since I've been here. I was here in 2020, so it is so good to be here. The title of my talk today is Living a Life That Matters. T.S. Eliot shared, only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. So let's begin with status quo. You know, sometimes there are terms that we hear that we become familiar with, but you know, sometimes they invite us to know a little bit more about what the term means. So status quo, it's a Latin phrase that when translated, it means the state of things as they are, or the way things are currently done in any area of our life. Now, for me, I understand that this is true whether it is internally or externally, inwardly or socially. So living a life of status quo means being content or being happy with what is familiar, what is comfortable for us, the way things are. Right? Now, this can also mean maybe avoiding risk or following traditions and maintaining the same routine, which is often filled with peace. Now, on the other hand, as our theme suggests, is that living a life of unstatus quo, it welcomes in new ideas and opportunities for ourselves and others to try new things and explore different paths. Now, I know that is very familiar with us, to explore different paths. In essence, we're talking about the familiar, and we're talking about embracing the unfamiliar, embracing the new. So whether we choose the path of peace or to try something new, we can live a life that matters. But one thing that I know to be true is that whatever path we choose at any given moment, we must begin with the mental equivalent. Now, when speaking of the mental equivalent, Ernest Holmes shared that whether it is a thing that we desire or a life we are seeking, it needs to be seen mentally before it can become a part of our experience. So I'm going to share that again. It needs to be seen and felt mentally before it can become a part of our experience. And I share that we must see ourselves before we can be a part of our own experience. Yes. So living these different paths, whether it is status quo, unstatus quo, creating and living a life that matters, these different paths shows up in our lives in different ways. So let me share with you the story of Clara. Now, Clara, she is a dedicated nurse. Yeah. And over the past 4 years, she's had experiences much like the rest of us. She faced the front lines of the pandemic while she worked in countless days, right? And those days began to merge and began to be fatigued and the responsibility. She began to feel burned out. She began to feel that she herself was just feeling the weight of it all, right? As she cared for not only her patients, but she cared for her life. She cared for the people in her life, her loved ones. Now, over the past 4 years, she herself suffered personal losses. and her own health altered. Now, these things, these losses, this burnout, these things that she was feeling, it kind of nudged her towards a routine existence, something comfortable, yet something that she felt was somewhat confining. And so, in a moment of quiet reflection, she took a sacred pause, as we often do. And she went within and she realized that she had, over time, become estranged from herself, estranged from her own life. And this sparked the beginning of a transformative journey within her to reclaim her spirit, to reclaim and reshape her life. So she embraced intentionality. She began to journal. She began to create that space within her life where she can have the spiritual practice that once supported her, so she can begin to do that again. And when she began to go within and she began to journal and be of sacred service and use and embrace and live her affirmative prayers, her thoughts were clarified and her purpose was renewed. And so, what was true for her is authenticity, to be right where she was and to begin to reconnect with friends. And she began to join in on different things that she hadn't done in a while, support groups. And she began to be vulnerable and to understand that it was okay to be where she was, and it's okay not to be okay and to take a breath and take a sacred pause. And this strengthened not only where she was, but it strengthened all of her personal connections. And so as she continued to embrace mindfulness, she practiced simple breathing exercises and she expanded her capacity not only for compassion, but self-compassion. And as this nourished her soul, it allowed her to engage more deeply with the people in her life, including her patients. Motivated by her growth, she initiated a wellness program because you see that Clara, she done what must be done. She chose to do what must be done, and she created a wellness program at her hospital to support fellow healthcare workers so that they can find that peace and relieve that burnout that she was receiving, that she was experiencing. Now, her story, Clara's story, it exemplifies and it talks about going from one state, one path to the next, and is filled with a life of meaning. But it was not in the absence of different challenges that she was going through. What it did was it allowed her to tap into that courage and embrace growth and connection and authenticity as she lived and continues to live a life that truly matters. Now, as Clara's story tells us, our lives evolve. We have the ebb and the flow, and it shapes how we see ourselves, how others perceive us, and our outlook on the world. Right. Now, I share the story of Clara, but I must make this clear that there's a Clara within all of us. Right? There's a Clara that shares and expresses the stories of our life. Right? And Clara got to use these teachings. We get to use these teachers teaching to navigate through and transcend whatever may be going on in our lives. So like Clara, myself over the past 4 years, I stood in the midst of what was occurring in our world, what was occurring in my world, and experienced burnout. Experienced that time where I just needed to take a step back and take a sacred pause and look within myself and look within my life. And so as the challenges came about, as the health challenges came about, as the personal losses in terms of family members making transitions, as they all came forward, I took a moment to go within took a sacred pause and said, okay, what does this mean and what can I do and how can I reflect? How can I see myself in this way? How can I choose to look beyond seeming limitations in terms of health? How can I choose to see myself whole and move away from the status quo of what is often called disability? How can I move through grief? How can I move through these areas from one stage to the next stage to living a life that matters? And so, what I know to be true is that in my world, in practical spirituality, we get to create our lives through many practical areas. And so, these areas I want to share with you today is through reflection, through intentionality, through authenticity, and through resilience. And so, we get to reflect, go within for regular reflection, right? And where we can look within and understand and connect with our thoughts and our emotions and our reactions and practice these insights and choose our spiritual path and how we can live harmonious within ourselves and within the world, right? And when we step into that intentionality, living intentionality and choosing our deepest values and setting intentions, it's not just about achieving goals, but also about embodying the qualities that we wish to bring into the world. And so these qualities for me is peace, love, joy. These qualities shows up in the daily way, the daily actions. It shows up in taking moments to go within, to embrace what I call monk mode, to where I have this silence and just step away from the world. It shows up in having these authentic connections with loved ones in our life, with people in our community, and aligning with the greater purpose of my spiritual path. Right? And so, authenticity, this is another area, another practical way that we can show up and begin to live that life that matters. And what it requires is for us to embrace courage, embrace these things in our life, and to be who we truly are. One of the things I had to embrace especially over this past year or two, is to understand that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to reach out and to ask for help. It's okay to have that deep connection, take a moment to step back, to be authentic and to be who I am, and to understand, and to listen, and to hear, and to simply be, and to remove the mask. And the next area of practical spirituality is resilience. And so that's not just bouncing back from difficulties. It's not just bouncing back from grief. It's not just bouncing back, but it is just understanding how we get to navigate. We get to navigate our life with grace, and we get to learn from each and every experience that we are going through. So one of the things that I want to share, and this is also very practical, is that oftentimes when we do in our spiritual communities, when there is a memorial, and sometimes we'll do it for um, other services as well. Oftentimes we honor the person who is living their life, right? We honor how they are living or how they live their life. And what we do is that we ask them, or we ask the people who are standing there, who are sitting there, who are attending and who are present for this service. We ask them to stand and to give this person a standing ovation for a life well lived. And so what I am sharing with you today is that we get to give ourselves right here and right now. We get to live a life that matters, and we get to give ourselves a standing ovation, right, for being present, whether we are in the status quo, whether we are seen in the status quo, whether we choose to shift and live our lives learning something new, embracing something new, and becoming and the not the person who we were, but the person who we are becoming. We get to give ourselves a standing ovation as we live a life that matters. And like Clara chose to do what needed to be done in helping herself, she was helping others and creating programs, creating that space, whether it is a listening ear. We get to give ourselves that standing ovation. We get to know that through living through this paradigm of practical spirituality, of how we see ourselves, how others see us, and how we see the world can shift from seeing ourselves through limitations to seeing ourselves capable of growth and change despite personal loss. We can shift from being seen as someone who is living predefined roles or expectations, or someone um, of someone experiencing grief or illness or even facing mental challenges, to someone who has and is reshaping their perceptions of themselves and recognizing the fullness of their humanity. We can shift and we can see the world from unchangeable to one that can be empowered by change and possibilities. We indeed can live and create a life that matters. And so, my invitation to you today is to choose whatever must be done for you or be done in your life, just to simply to choose that and know that each breath, each moment, each day matters. Intentional life matters and your life matters. So I'm going to ask you right now to join me to go within as we take a deep breath. And what I recognize is that there is this one life, this one presence, this one mind, this one path, this one expression that is expressing as our life, it is expressing as my life, and it is expressing as each life that is here present, who is listening to this recording, it is expressing. And so, as we simply be in this space and make the space within us to receive all of the blessings that have been given us, we make this space what I know to be true is that through intention, through life, through love, through peace, through joyous living, through our every connection, through our very being, through it all, we create and we live a life that matters. Every life matters. And so we simply breathe that in, knowing that this is true for us. And we simply allow it to be in gratitude. And I release this to the divine alchemy of love and law and peace. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Marie. That was beautiful, beautiful talk. We all matter. And we're going to sing a song by Bob Sima called Metta that expresses that. To all of my relations, it's written in the sky. We can sing this simple song to everyone along the way. We can sing for the ones who've wronged. It heals the wounds from yesterday. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. To all of my relations, I bow to you, 'cause we are all related. A common thread runs right through. We can sing this simple song for the ones in pain. We can sing for the suffering. May these words put their pain away. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be loved. And all of the beings and all of the creatures, they all hold the secret. They all are our teachers as we're learning the lessons of love, 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 compassion and love. What if all creation sang this song to you? Could your heart become the home to place this love into? Then this simple song travels on to everywhere you go. It becomes your beating heart and the rhythm of your soul. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. One more time. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, and may you be loved. May you be loved.
May we be well. May we be happy. May we be peaceful. May we be loved. Thank you, Lynn, and all angles. And let's give Reverend Marie Kirkland some more love. Thank you. Okay. This is the time in our service for our gifts and offerings. We are a tithing community and rely on the tithes and gifts from our congregation. Please know that your presence, as well as the love, time, and talent and treasure that you bring, is a gift to our community, and we are so grateful. There are several ways you can give. If you're in person, you can drop your donation in the basket over there. If you're online, you can scan this QR code or visit celebrationcenter.org and click on the Give button. You are also welcome to mail your gift in and can find our address at our website. Now our offertory affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. For our practitioner, Lynn Iannazo.
I know that these gifts are blessed and that we are, as a community, good stewards of these funds as they go out to further the reaches that this service and this community has. And we give thanks for knowing this is true. I think I skipped a part that I was supposed to do about praying with a practitioner. Anyone here in service is welcome to ask a practitioner for prayer after service. And, or if you would prefer, there's some sheets over on the table where you can fill out your prayer requests. And if you're online, you can also request prayer. There is a button that you can push that requests that you can put your prayer request in, and a practitioner will respond to you. And I think that's all that I have. Am I supposed to do a final blessing of the service? I don't know.
Perfectly. Thank you for doing this for the first time. Yay, Lynn. And filling in at the last minute for Faith. And now it's time for our closing song.
Okay, we hope you'll join us in singing our closing song by Carrie Newcomer called Room at the Table. Let our hearts not be hardened, those living on the margins. There is room at the table for everyone. This is where it all begins. This is how we gather in. There is room at the table for everyone. Too long we have wandered, burdened and undone, but there is room at the table for everyone. Let us sing the new world in. This is how it all begins. There is room at the table for everyone. There is room for us all, and no gift is too small. There is room at the table for everyone. There's enough if we share. Come on, pull up a chair. There is room at the
All angles. You can stay standing for our closing affirmation. Please repeat after me. I am living a life that matters now.
I am living a life that matters now.
I expand my capacity for joy and compassion.
I expand my capacity for joy and compassion.
I use my spiritual practice to make sure I am authentic.
I use my spiritual practice to make sure I am authentic.
I am who I truly am. And so it is.